program. Because obviously, women are also a group that are very vulnerable because of the agenda of extremism and all of that. So we have a huge initiative against women worldwide, and we gave out cameras to ranges of just women, ordinary women in these social forums, and these are the pictures that they took. They were sort of professional. We got sponsorship for the basketballs, and the kids loved it. But what they had to do is they had to simultaneously bounce the basketball for 5 minutes, uninterrupted. So if you stopped dribbling, then you were out. And I thought like, wow, this is not going to be so easy. It's not going to be so easy. When you want to see them, 7,000 kids, and they were all there bouncing it perfectly. Really, they all had their little space and dot on the ground, and they had to bounce.
I'm Deborah, and we feel like something that really interesting came out today was the difference between, or maybe the mismatch between goodwill and good action, that we have in our heads kind of what we maybe think is the right thing to do, but not necessarily know how that plays out. We spoke today a lot about apathy and about whether we should be focused on engaging those who are apathetic or challenging those who have a misguided view of activism.
The program has been so successful over the last number of years that the extremists get more and more frustrated with us. So they attacked physically the locations before the program started this year. It's on the video that we did.
That's not Hamas, is it?
No. These are these other extremist groups, and the great news was that the community again rallied in our support, and we had fantastic success.
They came and rebuilt.
Yeah.
Was that in Khan Yunis?
This is down in Khan Yunis. This would be regarded as one of the more conservative places. The big issue for the extremists was the participation of girls, because we made a big drive for teenage girls to participate.
I think people don't really understand it. And when they hear Gaza, they think hotbed of terrorism. I think there's a lot of soreness because of Cast-led, and people feel very confused and conflicted. And they're met all the time with images on television of terrible humanitarian conditions that they can't deny. At the same time, there are many voices pulling at your heartstrings from all sides, both humanitarian from Gaza and also humanitarian images that come from steroids. And as Jews, we have two things pulling on us: our maybe allegiance to the state of Israel that we might feel, and also our human values, which are universal. And people feel very confused, and no one knows who to believe. And there's a sense that you could do yourself more damage by speaking out against something that's wrong and staying quiet and doing nothing.
We found on a survey a couple of years ago that the overwhelming majority were coming to school without breakfast. That's the product of poverty. I mean, what you have here is you don't have, emaciated kids, but you have hungry children. They're getting a meal a day, but it's not a very nutritional meal. And sometimes you can be fooled by their physical appearance that what they're eating is unhealthy as well. The sort of the snacks and all of that. But what we do is we give them what we call a small snack during their school hours, again to take the edge off their hunger. Really, that's what it is, because we simply can't afford to give them a proper meal in the schools, which again for somebody like me is very frustrating. Because these kids actually do need a proper meal.
Yeah, they can't learn if they're hungry.
Correct.
I think, you help one life, you help the world. That's a Jewish concept, and human rights are a Jewish concept, and the founders of all the human rights documents were Jews. And I think recently we've lost sight of that, and a lot of political manipulation has maybe taken away the focus, which it should be on human rights. And I think there's a lot of misunderstanding out there. So, John talked about unwinding the myths and kind of getting beyond that and trying to discover what the truth is. And one of the best ways is to, look at vulnerable people such as children who don't really have an agenda. And I think from that you can really get a real picture of what's going on the ground.
I'm Rabbi Jonathan Wittenberg, and we're here in Coventry at Limmud, Great Britain, something like 2,000 participants in this conference, and we've understood how important it is at such Jewish conferences with all kinds of learning to hear the story of the other, to listen to voices we often don't listen to. So we're very honoured that Ging, head of UNRWA in Gaza, has come specially to Britain to be with us.